This is our review, the HFC M190 Beretta Airsoft gas pistol, CO2 powered. A couple things, you look at the box, it identifies whether it's CO2 or green gas, and it says right here that it's an ABS gun, but it's not, so don't worry if you get the full metal upgraded version. So it comes in a hard plastic case, that's good. You open it up, you have your you have the gun and the magazine. Since it's powered by CO2, it needs extended magazines. That's why that's so big. And then, of course, like most guns that come in a case, you have your manual and instructional packet in there. One of the things I like about the manual on this gun is it tells you where to lube it to get the best performance out of your gun. I found that kind of helpful. Yeah, now let's take the gun out of the box. Okay, so what we have here, we have the gun, of course. We have the high cap CO2 magazine that you saw earlier. And this is the low cap green gas magazine. Quick thing, the CO2 version, which it clearly specifies when you buy the gun, it says CO2 pistol, can use green gas. If you put CO2 in the green gas model, it will shatter your internals and break the gun. So do not do that. If you buy the CO2 version, you can use the green gas. If you buy the green gas, do not put CO2 in it. Yeah, so really quick, loading the low cap green gas magazine. You pull this down, and it won't lock, but as you can see down here in the loading tube, it gets a little wider down at the bottom, so you can take your speed loader, and you can just put BBs in through there, and it'll load up. And one thing I like about this gun, a lot of guns, if the BBs aren't staggered perfectly, it won't feed properly. With this gun, of course, you won't get as many BBs in the gun, but even if the bullets aren't staggered correctly, it'll still feed properly, just so you know. And loading the high cap, you pull out on here, and on this one it will lock because the spring's a lot stronger. And you have this hole on the side here. You just take your speed loader and just pump BBs in there, and yes, it's pretty simple. And loading CO2 into it, you come in here on this tab, pull down on it, and just that slides right off. You unscrew this pin here. You can do it with your fingers at first. And you just take this off. And you just take your CO2 magazine. This was empty because I don't want to gas up the gun. And you just put it in, nozzle downwards, and then you just screw back on the cap. Now, one thing, when you put in a full CO2 magazine to break the seal, you'll have to screw pretty hard, and I doubt you can do that with your fingers. So as you can see here, the bottom of the magazine is ribbed, so you can use it like a makeshift screwdriver, and that just gives you some extra force. You just line up the little notch with the screw, and you can use it like a screwing device. So that's just one thing. And then you just take it, pop it back on, and you're good to go. Gun. First off, got a metal slide. It's made of aluminum instead of steel, which I think is better because it's lighter and it conserves more gas because it's not as hard to throw back the slide. Safety, right here, as you can see with normal 92 FSs, there's a little red dot down there to show you that you're ready to fire. With mine, my safety came pretty stiff, so I lubed it up, and the little red dot just dissolved right off into the lube. So I don't know, I don't really mind because I know which is firing position, which is safe, but some people might. Magazine release, like all 92 FSs right here, pretty easy to push. It's got a rail system up here for mounting a flashlight, laser pointer, whatever you want. Sights, there is no white dot on these things or on the blade, so you can't, that might be a complaint for some people. Taking down the gun, you come over here, you just push this button in, and that correspondingly pushes this out here, so you can just flip it forward. Slide comes right off. As I was saying earlier, the manual tells you some places where you should lube. That is here, back here, and down there. So I would lube in all those places. Some other places you might want to lube is up here along the spring, and also up here along this barrel, just to make the blowback kind of smoother so it doesn't scrape against the metal. Because as you can probably see, I already have some wear right here on the barrel just from shooting the gun, because as this upper slides back across the barrel, it kind of scratches sometimes. And then putting it back on is pretty simple. You just line it up, pull it back, snap it back into place. What else? Trademarks. There is no real Beretta trademark on this gun. It's what almost seems to be some kind of spider web. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. And down on there it says Made in Taiwan, HFC Special Forces. Also up here on the slide, it says M190 Special Forces, caliber 6mm, 2003, I think is what it says. I don't know. It also has a big sticker right here that says Made in Taiwan. And when I first got the gun, there was a large yellow sticker right here, similar to this one on the box. There was one right there on the grip. So that might be a complaint for some people, but I just peeled it right off, and there was some residue, but I just kind of scraped it off. And yeah, guns double action. That's a little strange, but I haven't seen that before with a gas gun, but whatever. And yeah, it's just about it. The body right here is all ABS. So is the grip. This is metal up here, and so is the trigger, but trigger guard, handle, and receiver type thing is all ABS. Okay, so overall, as you can probably tell from the review, cosmetically, this gun is nothing to write home about. Really only like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Not too impressive. Magazine, I like. It's got a big capacity. It's easy to put in the CO2. You can do that in the middle of a game. But overall, performance-wise, this is a very nice gun. It shoots at about 350 to 360 FPS, and that's very good for a gas pistol if you didn't know. Those expensive $170 WE high capas only shoot at about 300. This thing outranges them by 40 or 50 FPS, so I'm very happy with the performance of this. But if you're a collector looking for a vintage 92 FS, of course this is not for you. It's got stickers all over it. It's got M190 Special Forces, and it's got a Spider-Man logo on the grip. I don't even know what that is, but yeah. So overall, if you're just looking for brute performance, I would definitely recommend this or any CO2 gun because it is the most powerful propellant available to airsoft guns. But it does use cartridges. Some people might complain about that, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this gun for anyone who just wants a high-performance gas CO2 pistol. Thanks.